day was probably one of the worst Gangstalking days of the year, to be honest. Definitely top 5 for sure. Because it was at work and, my boss was there, so I couldn't respond to the things I would normally respond to. I just didn't really feel the need to, because actually today I was in a peaceful mode, you know what I'm saying? I was in a mode to where I was trying to, get my life, thinking about my future. I was thinking about, trying to find my own place to stay. So I was really distracted by that, and I was distracted by a new song that I found that was dope. I really like this new song, so that kind of put me in a nice headspace. You feel me? So, I don't really know exactly is the people that I think are in on it or on it or in on it, or it's just that these demons in human form, or these demons in spirit form, or saying these negative entities or whatever are actually, saying, like, here's the way I look at it, right? Either it's negative entities trying to make it seem like the people around me are gang stalkers, right? Or the people around me are actually gang stalkers and they're being taken over by negative entities. And either they allow it, which either case they would still be gang stalkers, right? Or either two, they don't allow, like, it's unconscious for them. They don't know what the hell they're doing, right? So I don't really know, bro. Because a lot of the times, besides the, the harassment that goes, continuously, like, that I don't know. Sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really be paying much attention because I be focused on my work. So sometimes when things are said to me, I don't really, pay much mind to it. Because in my mind, I like, did this dude just say what I think he just said? You know what I'm saying? But then when you ask them, when you try to, when I say, because I don't really say, sometimes I say what you say or some shit like that. But then when you ask them what they said, they, it's some different shit. You know what I'm saying? You didn't hear what you think you heard. And I know that's gaslighting. That's gang stalking 101, right? But it's like, some of this shit is really done meticulously and it's really confusing. Considering the fact that the people around you, and like if everybody's in cahoots, they show are great actors. You get what I'm saying? And like, for example, what I mean by that, for example, is like if one gang stalker says something that's directed towards me in like a subliminal kind of way, or where there's overt and I'm not paying attention, the other gang stalker don't like continue going on about as nothing even happened, right? Like they're oblivious to it. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, it's like, it's either one or two things. Either all these people are fucking gang stalkers, right? And they're all there just to harass me, right? Which is kind of ridiculous to think about. It's ridiculous to think about that the people got the job there just to harass me. You get what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Who knows, right? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like this, something disorganized, you never know. Like the most illogical, like, answer could be the fucking answer in this program, right? Or in this fucking whatever this thing is, right? Some people say it's a program. Some people say it's spiritual warfare. It's probably, you know what I'm saying. It's all of the above, right? Um, it could be like there's so many different theories going on around there. Like there's technology that's disguising their voice. That's disguising people's voices as the people that you work around, right? I seen that happen. Like I remember the voice that sounded like my dad, but my dad's mouth didn't even move when I looked at him. You know what I mean? So that's one of the things that keep my head, above water, so to speak, because I know that sometimes these voices are not even really the real people that's talking. You know what I'm saying? They're like the entities, or they're like mimics. You know what I'm saying? The voices are mimics of the people that I'm around. You get what I'm saying? So if I think, like, for example, if I thought my manager had said something to me today, you know what I'm saying, when he really didn't, that could make me look bad. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like, in the best case scenario is to ignore shit that sounds ridiculous. You get what I'm saying? If you didn't see him say it, or he didn't interact with you face to face. You get what I'm saying? You know. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about it though. Is that it's the fact that a lot of times the people that you work around, they also do shit that's kind of gang stalkerish. You don't say shit like the day my manager had this thing where he had his hand on his can. So I'm trying to pick it up to scan it, and he just was aggressive. Like he was holding it tightly. Like I'm trying to pick, like, bro, don't even try to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I thought he was trying to challenge me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I'm trying to pick the can up. He holding it down with his hand, but he just wanted. I don't know why he didn't say anything. You get what I'm saying? Cause as a lot of times this shit is plausible deniability, right? You can say his whole plan was really to just, you know what I'm saying, try to see if I was going to, you know what I'm saying, put his numbers in, right? That probably was his plan for real. But in my mind, I'm thinking he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, he's trying to challenge me, right? But meanwhile, this whole event was orchestrated by demons or, you know, people that's working behind the scenes, right? They cause misunderstandings, and me, I'm thinking they cause misunderstandings for me to get fired, right? Or to, you know what I'm saying, to put myself in a worse position in life, right? Like he probably was mind control to put that thing down there. You know what I'm saying? Even though it sounds ridiculous. I mean, he probably was. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, right? Either that, or he's just a gang stalker. Or it's either that, or these people are unknowingly working with evil, or knowingly working with evil. That's it. That's it. That's you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Everything else, it could be determined by the details of the shit. You get what I'm saying? You know, they say the devil is in the details. Well, you know what I'm saying? Everything else gonna have to, if you're trying to figure out which one it is, you're gonna have to really pay close attention. You know what I'm saying? You figure out whether these people are actually, you know what I'm saying, conscious gang stalkers or unconscious gang stalkers, meaning they're not aware of what they're doing. They're just doing it, right? I mean, we all had those moments where we said something and it probably came across as disrespectful or rude, but that wasn't our intention, right? You know what I'm saying? And it'd be awkward to, you know what I'm saying, to address it because it's already passed. It was a weird moment, right? I've done that. You know what I'm saying? I don't happen often, but I've done that before, right? Another thing with this program is you can't even believe some of the shit that you see because it's like because it's, you know, some things are just like there's another aspect to it is what I'm trying to say, right? It's not like if there was no other aspect to it, then gang stalking would be a lot more um like if there wasn't a hidden aspect to it, like a kind of like a magical. I don't even want to say magical because that's sound like it's giving it a compliment, but kind of like a witchy black magic kind of shit to it, like a mind fuck aspect to it. Then it would be a lot easier to determine who's behind what and what's going on, right? But in my case of gang stalking, there's some kind of witchcraft involved with it. There's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of psychological, like, I don't, it's obviously all psychological warfare, but what I mean is there's some kind of manipulation of my senses to where I see certain things, but other people around me, well, to where I see and hear certain things, but other people around me don't. You get what I'm saying? So they're trying to play that whole schizophrenic shit with me, right? Which I get that. But when it comes to people actually disrespecting you to your face, it's like if they were, see, here's the thing, they're not that smart because here's the thing, right? If they never had people disrespecting me to my face, you know what I'm saying, or just doing weird shit, then I probably would just thought it was just schizophrenia. Like, oh shit, I would have been through my life and just knowing figuring it was schizophrenia, right? If they never had people stalking me or shit like that, they probably would see. They get arrogant, right? They get it. That's what they fail at. Their arrogance is their own downfall, right? If they didn't have people stalking them, if people weren't getting stalked, they probably would have got away with this shit. Like there probably wouldn't be as many target individual gang stalking videos as there is. But since they like to stalk people, right? Since they like to be just arrogant with their behavior, like, oh, I can't be touched, you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna stop me? You know what I'm saying? Doing what they do with their stalking and their overt harassment, then it's like, you know what I'm saying? You played yourself. You get what I'm saying? That's the problem. Like when you get so much power, these people get arrogant. You know what I'm saying? They got arrogant. That's their downfall. You know. And you would think that people that are smart enough to coordinate certain things like this would be smart enough to know that, you know what I'm saying, everybody, you know what I'm saying, every dog has their day. You get what I'm saying? And they would be smart enough not to be arrogant about the shit to the way they make mistakes. But they making mistakes with the fact, with the organized stock in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? They made the mistake of you know what I'm saying, making their stalking go avert for their studies or whatever the fuck they got going on, right? Like, I mean, if they had kept that shit covertly throughout, then they probably would have, they probably would be little less, a little more under the, what's the word? Under the table with it. But see, I think it was the fact that, you know what I'm saying, after a while, God had put it in their heart to where they became too confident, right? God put it in their heart for them to be arrogant, right? And be overt with their shit. So that's gonna be their downfall, you know? Their overconfidence is their downfall. Because when you get away with something for years on years, you become, you know what I'm saying, complacent. You get cocky. Especially when it comes to, you know, something as big as this, and this takes a certain amount of organization and brain power. You get cocky. No matter how smart you are, the cockiness and ego is the downfall, right?